What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Files podcast, where we talk about our favorite fantasy series and topics. I'm your host, Mick, here with my first solo video on the channel, so thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm going to be talking about my plans to create some review and deep dive videos on my current obsession, one of my new favorite series, Malazan. So please drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if these types of videos appeal to you. We've got a whole host of videos on the channel. Hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when our videos go live. All this really helps out the channel, helps us with our progress, with the algorithm, and just reaching out to more fantasy nerds like us. You can find us on Twitter. I'm refusing to call it X for now, at Files Fantasy and What Mick Reads. They will be linked down below. We also have a Discord server and a Patreon linked down below. If you would like to join us there, we would really appreciate it, and it would be great to hang out with you guys there. So just a quick warning as well, there will be no Malazan spoilers in this video, but in the future videos there will be spoiler sections of the deep dive reviews of the book, but we'll get into that in a second. So if there are any of you viewers out there who might be thinking, what is Malazan? Let's just kind of give a quick overview of what the series is, what it's about, and all the books in that series. So the Greater Malazan series is written by two authors, Stephen Erickson and Ian C. Esselmont. So it is made up of the quote-unquote main series, which is Malazan Book of the Fallen, as well as the Carcanus trilogy, the Witness trilogy, and the Bochlin and Coral Brooch series, all written by Stephen Erickson, as well as the novels of the Malazan Empire and The Path to Ascendancy by Ian C. Esselmont. I believe there are about 30 published works in the Malazan series in total, and I believe there are 2 more in the works right now. So all these different series, they're a mixture of main series, prequels, sequels, and also some short stories that kind of fall in between there as well. They're all set within the Malazan world and set across different cities, countries, even continents, and following a massive cast of characters and set over thousands to hundreds of thousands of years. So some people have called this a grimdark series, but Stephen Erickson has come out and stated that he doesn't write grimdark. He doesn't believe it is a grimdark series. And although I do see some aspects of the series feeling quite grimdark, I would kind of categorize it more as military fantasy, military epic fantasy. And when I say epic fantasy, I mean epic fantasy, because this series is crazy. And also, this was quite surprising to me, but these are extremely character-focused books. Although there are multiple POVs, you've got main characters, side characters, major, minor characters, all that kind of thing. But you really do get the feel that you get to know everyone that appears on that page, no matter how minor their role might be in the greater story, which is really cool to see. It's Erickson. From what I've read so far, I've only read Erickson, but so far his character work has been amazing. So I'm really excited to go further in this series. So the series mainly focuses on the Malazan Empire. So from the POV of both the Malazan side and their kind of the rebel forces they're facing, and a lot of outsiders as well. So you've got POVs from soldiers, mages, travelers, historians, merchants, noblemen, and even the gods who interfere with this world, and so many others as well. We encounter all the battles, political maneuvering, assassination, magic, brutality, loss that comes with this type of military story, and it is quite a dense series. So I've mentioned briefly before that it's quite an intimidating series. On the surface, it is, because there's not a lot of exposition dumps and you have to figure it out as you go, but the more you read, the easier it gets to understand. And that's why I really recommend the 10 Very Big Books podcast, because it really helps you when you're starting out to get a grip of this series. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about why I picked up the Malazan series, what kind of drew me to it, and why I finally decided to actually read it. So I've had this book, Gardens of the Moon, on my shelf for a long time, back when I was living in Ireland. I believe I purchased it in 2021, and I've always wanted to read it, but like a lot of other fantasy readers, I was pretty intimidated, because A lot of people have said that the series is complicated, it's confusing, it's dense, and also these are pretty big books. I mean, this is the shortest book in Book of the Fallen, and I believe it's 703 pages long. So you can understand those concerns. And it seemed like a serious commitment, and I just kept putting it off. Then back in January, I decided to pick up Gardens of the Moon because Alex from Tall Guy Reads was doing a read along on his channel, along with Josh from Red Fairy Books, Ian from Ian the Reader, and Jordan from Jordan Reads. And I thought, this is as good a time as any. I should join in with the read along. And I was flying to Australia at the time, so I'd have a lot of time to read on long flights and stuff like that. So I decided to pick it up, and I'm so glad that I did. So I started my Malazan. I don't know, some people say Malazan, some people say Malazan. I don't know which is right. I say Malazan, I think. I'm not sure. Second guessing myself. But I picked this up in January. Really enjoyed it. This is a second-hand copy. I picked it up years ago from a charity shop. It actually has a note on the inside here. It was obviously a present. Someone, I don't know if you can see that. So to Emmett, have a wonderful 19th birthday and a wonderful year. Love, Mum. So Emmett, if you're out there, did you give the book away because you didn't like the series? What happened, dude? And yeah, I've just really enjoyed it. I got through it in about 3 weeks, and it was pretty good. A solid book, I think. I gave it a 5 stars. It was confusing, like I said, to begin with, but really enjoyed it. I won't go too in depth into what I thought of the books here, because I'll save those for the main videos. Then I picked up Dead House Gates. Now I did borrow that from the library, so I don't have a physical copy, just have the Kindle version here at the minute. I picked that up in April. Bit of a longer book, completely different setting, completely different cast of characters, so it did take some getting used to, but again, still really enjoyable. Then, most recently, Memories of Ice, the third book in Book of the Fallen. I'm currently about 85% through. This is about 1,200 pages, so it's a big boy. And this book is the main reason why I wanted to make these videos. Spoiler alert, it's amazing. Again, I won't say too much more, but yeah, that was a big spark for wanting to make these videos and speak to some other Malazan fans about the series. I do also have the next 2 books in the series. I again picked these up secondhand, so they're different sizes and different designs. How do you guys feel about different sizes and designs on your bookshelves? I don't mind it too much. Also, I believe the Broken Binding are doing a release of the main series next year, and their books are always beautiful, so I really hope that I can get my hands on a copy of those. And finally, for my collection that I have here, I have the 2 collections of short stories from Botchlane and Corporal Broach. There are, I believe, 7 short stories in total. I didn't realize that 3 of them could be read before Memories of Ice. Unfortunately, I will just read them after, but I wish I had kind of known that they could be read beforehand, but I'll get into my reading order pretty soon. Finally, I just want to give an extra mention to the 10 Very Big Books podcast. They're a Malazan read-through podcast who I find so helpful to listen to as I go through the series. Their episodes are a lot of fun, and they help you pick up on stuff that you might have missed while you're reading, and stuff that maybe you're just confused by and just didn't make any sense to you. So again, link down below. You can find them on Spotify and pretty much anywhere you listen to podcasts. Okay, let's talk about the plan for this kind of sub-series on the channel. So I can't get enough of this series right now. All I want to read, at least physically, is Malazan. I am doing audiobooks of other different series. I don't feel like Malazan is one that would work as a first-time read-through on audio. I feel like it's a bit too complicated, hard to keep track of. But I want to do a review for each of these books as I go. Probably 1 per month here on the channel, but that may change, could be longer, could be shorter, depends what my reading speed is, because I'll probably be finished Memories of Ice by the time this goes live on the channel, and then I have the next 3 or 4 short stories in Botchlane and Corporal Broach, so that's kind of 6 to 7 videos there that could get us through to probably till the end of the year, I believe, and then we'll take it from there. And the reading order that I'm going to be using is from the Malazan fandom wiki page. Again, they have a lot of useful resources as well. They do have like PowerPoint notes that you can use as you go through to help you kind of chapter by chapter understand exactly what happened, maybe give you references to where you might have seen this character before and stuff like that. So they're really helpful. And the reading order I'm going to be using is the ultimate reading order that they have linked on their site. So that includes Malazan Book of the Fallen, the Botched and Corvo Brooch short stories, the novels of the Malazan Empire and the Carcanus trilogy. They don't have the Witness trilogy and the Path to Ascendancy included, so I'll just read those after I finish everything else on this order. I might pop a picture of the reading order I'll use here on the screen so you can see, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting through all of those. I am hoping to get some guests on the channel to discuss the novels from the main series at least with me. So that's something I'll work on in the background and give updates probably on my Twitter page when that all gets sorted out. So keep an eye out for that as well. And if there are any Malazan fans watching right now and you would be interested in joining me on the channel, please feel free to drop a comment, reach out to me on Twitter. Would love to talk to you about the series, even if it's for one of the separate novels or a short story, something like that. We'd be more than happy to have some fans and fantasy nerds on the channel with us. That's how I got on my first video here on the channel. I was talking to Spencer on Twitter and we decided to do a video together and just been talking ever since and hanging out, so it's pretty cool. You can look out for the first video for a review of Gardens of the Moon coming up on the channel soon. We'll let you know when that's going to be going live. Okay, so that about wraps it up for me here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below if this is something you're interested in seeing on the channel, maybe if you've read Malazan before, if you plan to read it in the future, or if it's just something that doesn't interest you. You're more than welcome to comment there as well, but keep it friendly. We have, like I said, we have all our links down below in the description for you to find us. So follow us on Twitter at Files Fantasy and What Mick Reads. Also, all the other YouTubers, podcasts mentioned here will be down in the description in case you want to check out their content as well. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and hit that bell notification too. We've got a lot of really cool episodes lined up over the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for all that. And until next time, as the bridge burners would say, first in, last out. Bye, everyone. Ooh.
And a big shout out to our first Night Angel tier patron, Shad Zaman. Thank you so much, man.